So I just got a Superman. We're going to talk about it. First of all, I do want to apologize for not uploading much recently. I changed jobs, and on top of that, I was having some tech issues, and I kind of couldn't upload or anything, but everything for the most part should be taken care of, so hopefully I'll be able to get back to somewhat regularly posting content. Now, as for the film, I'm going to say it like this. Did you guys know, if you've watched the channel before, I'm a massive uber comic book nerd. You can tell, like, I'm decked out in my Superman I haven't bought the little Superman cup, right? I'm that level of nerd. You know, I know the lore, I know these characters, I read the comics, I watch the shows, the movies, play the games, all that. If you're not like me, and you're just like a casual fan of the character, or just a casual fan of superhero movies, you'll probably enjoy this. But for me, as someone who loves this character, knows the lore, this movie freaking sucked. Screw you, James Gunn, and your DC universe, if this is what you're going to give us. There's so many issues. And this isn't going to be like a full review. This is kind of just, initial thoughts, first impressions, kind of rambling a bit. I want to do a full review Sunday, hopefully get it posted up, so look forward to that. But my biggest issue with this film, right? And this is something they've been doing a lot recently with these characters, especially with Batman, is that they love to take the parents of the characters and make them total and complete garbage, pieces of crap, terrible people. In this movie, and canonically in this universe, Jor-El and Laura, Superman's Kryptonian birth parents, do not send him to Earth to survive the explosion of Krypton. They do not send him to Earth to be a beacon of hope for the people of Earth and to right the wrongs or make up for the mistakes that Krypton and their society made. No. He is sent to conquer. It is explicitly stated because basically there's a message with Kal, as there normally is, and he only knows the first half of the message because it was damaged during his, rocket's trip to Earth. So, throughout the whole half of the movie, he only knows the first half. He doesn't know what the second half is. But apparently, Lex is able to gain entrance to the fortress, which that's another issue I have with this movie that I'm going to come back to. Lex gets access to the fortress, and apparently his human tech, because he has the engineer who's basically just nanotech and whatnot, is able to hack Kryptonian technology. Okay. And she's also able to thrash his Kryptonian robots, which is like, how does this human, nanotech metal stuff destroy Kryptonian robots? At least I would imagine they're Kryptonian because they are in the fortress, but what do I know? And it is stated, and he even has them, interpret it with the best interpreters in the globe. Now, this could be retconned in a later movie. You could use the argument how, much can we believe Lex? It's like, the way the movie leads us to believe this is true is that Jor-El and Laura sent Kal to conquer the planet. And they are very descriptive and kill as many people as you can, roll them with an iron fist, stuff like that. They basically gave him Goku Saiyan origins, that the Saiyans send their infants to the planets to have them take it over. When Goku Saiyan origins were basically loosely inspired by Superman, so you have the guy that inspired Goku, you give him his story. It doesn't make sense. Why? And there are so many issues. If you're someone who understands the lore, knows the characters, there's so many problems. Lex's whole plan to get into the fortress, because it's coded his DNA, that's how you get in. And he finds a strand of Superman's hair, that's how he's able to get in there. Oh, and spoilers, Ultraman, Superman clone. So instead of giving us Bizarro, they give us Ultraman. Yet he has this dimension portal hopping device, and they don't just bring in the actual Ultraman. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it, because we to this day have only had 2 proper Superman villains, being Zod and Luthor, in movies. This was an opportunity to give us Bizarro. And they even have him, like, he doesn't know how to talk properly. He's controlled by Lex. That's Bizarro. Why call him Ultraman? His suit's purple. Or bring in proper Ultraman. I don't get it. I don't get the choices. And James Gunn, because going back to Lex's whole thing with the fortress, the way he gets access to it is through Superman's hair, because it's coded his DNA. In the comics, Superman has a giant key that only he can lift, which is how he gains access. And then in All-Star Superman, he shrinks it down to like a key that he carves out of dwarf star matter, or a dead star, something like that. I can't remember specifically what it is. But again, it's so heavy that he's the only person on the planet that can pick it up. So Lex would have had no way to get into the fortress. So in order for James Gunn's story to work, he had to literally break the lore, change the lore, which is stupid. There's multiple times where Lois and the gang need military access. I'm sitting here going, Lois's dad is a general. Superman and Lois got that right. But yeah, I don't know. I was not a fan of this movie. I was really hoping to like it, and I was very much like back and forth on the fence. Like, there's some stuff I really like, some stuff I really don't. That's really cool. That's not so cool. And then by the end of it, because there's the mid-credit scene and the post-credit scene, which are very Marvel of you, James Gunn. By the end, I was like, oh, so yeah, we're just gonna make Jor-El and Laura scumbags. Cool. Now they could, like I said, maybe this gets retconned in the future. Maybe we find out what it really says, but I don't care. I'm really tired of all these movies that have built-in fan bases, like us uber nerds, being the ones who get screwed over. Like, we're the ones who devoted our time, effort, and lives to these franchises and these characters. And it's like, nah, screw all that. We're going to do what we want to do. So, yeah, that's really all I got to say right now. I could keep going, but it'd just be rambling. I am going to do, like I said, a full proper review on the YouTube channel, on this YouTube channel, on Sunday. So, keep an eye out for that. If you guys watched this far, I appreciate you. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you are so inclined. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace and love, everybody.